Hi students, welcome to first year accountancy class. In our previous class we have learnt about accountancy, what exactly accountancy is. Then I told you that it is divided into two parts. One is bookkeeping and the other is accounting. Okay, accountancy one is divided into two parts. Bookkeeping and accounting. So bookkeeping is the science and art of recording. Okay, accounting is more broader, like it goes further. Recording, classifying, summarizing and interpreting the results. Okay. What do you mean by interpretation? Explaining in a simple manner. Explaining in a simple language, or communicating in a explaining or say communicating in a simple language is called interpreting. Okay, the bookkeeping just deals with only recording, but only by recording your purpose is not solved. We require further processes to be carried out. What is that further process? Is accounting. There what we will do? Whatever the transactions we have recorded, further, okay, it is classified according to the nature of the accounts, then summarize, club, then interpret, that is communicate in a simple language to the accounting users. Who are accounting users? In the next classes we will learn. Okay, you have learned that accountancy is going to deal with recording of business transactions and then interpreting, classification, summarizing, all that we have learnt in the previous class. Now in this class we are going to learn about objectives of accounting. What do you mean by objectives? It is the aim. See, establishment of a accounting department is not a easy task. You have to spend lot of money. You have to appoint accounts managers, you require junior accountants, senior accountants, staffs, then various clerks, so many computers, lot of stationery is to be purchased. So you have got a department, accounting department will be there in every organization. So you need to spend some money. You will have some persons working in the accounts department. So why you have to do that? Or even a small organization also, even individually a single person also, if he is doing all these things, when he is recording all the transactions, he is maintaining the records, why? Why should he do that? What is the main aim? Objectives means aim, goal. Goals or aims of objectives. Okay, goals or aims are called as objectives of accounting. After all, every business organization, why should it go for accounting? Okay, we have established our own business organization, we have invested capital, we are doing business, we are receiving income, we are paying salaries. But why accounting is required? Okay, the first thing is, the first objective of accounting is to maintain accounting records. To maintain accounting records. It is very, very important. Record means a proof that a transaction has taken place. For example, in our college, a student pays 5,000 rupees towards college fees and we did not record. The clerk has not recorded, the accountant has not recorded. Next month, again we will ask you 5,000 rupees. Ma, you have not paid the college fees. Okay. Then, our staff in any organization, not only in college, suppose in a company, we produce 500 fans. We did not record that 500 fans are being manufactured. How do you say that you have manufactured 500 fans. How do you remember? Some of the workers may steal some 100 fans and they may say only 400 have been manufactured. Clear? So there are chances of theft. There are chances of manipulation. For example, in a bank, you go and deposit 1 lakh rupees. Imagine if the cashier does not record that you have deposited 1 lakh rupees. Will the amount will be added to your account? No. What is the proof? Next month when you go and you check the balance, that amount is not deposited. You will think that you have deposited 1 lakh rupees, but the bank account is not showing because the transaction was not recorded. So everything, whether it is in a bank or in a college or at home, your electricity bill, if you do not have the record, there may be a problem in future. You will forget the things. Okay. If we at home say only 1 or 2 transactions are there, you may remember. But if you have so many transactions, like for example, a landlord may be having 20 shops in his shopping complex. Suppose if you have got only one house and only one portion you have given for rent, if the tenant has given rent, maybe monthly 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, you remember whether the rent received or not. But imagine you have got 20 such shops, 20 such houses. If you don't record, do you remember which tenant has paid the rent or not? It is not possible. So like that, for everything, whether you have paid, whether you have received, whether you have purchased, whether you have sold, you have to put it on paper. Record means writing on paper. So the first objective of accounting is to maintain accounting records. What is accounting record? Any transaction which affects the company's profitability, that is either profit or loss, to ascertain that whatever we require, that is called accounting record. Don't record unnecessary things, like some persons come and they discuss, they just come for only visit. So you need not record that. That's what I have given in the definition. Bookkeeping deals with only monetary transactions. For example, for our college, a parent has come to inquire about the performance of his daughter. Sir, how my daughter is studying? What were her marks in the previous examinations? How many online classes she has attended? Still, how much fees we are due? Just to inquire the things, the parents have visited the college campus. So we don't record that. We need not, because it is not a monetary transaction. Try to understand here. Accounting records only monetary transactions, or say the transactions which are of financial character. If the parents have come to the college campus to inquire about the student's performance, we don't record that. But if the parent, after inquiring the things, and the college staff said that, sir, lot of fees is due from you. Okay, it has been long time, you have taken time to pay the fees, so please pay the fees. So the parent has paid around 10,000 rupees towards college fees, that we record, because 10,000 is a monetary transaction, that we have to record. When the parent has paid 10,000 rupees and we don't record, we may forget. That leads to so many controversies in future. To avoid that, we have to maintain recording for each and every monetary transactions. Remember this point. Non-monetary transactions we cannot record in accounting. Next, to find out the result of operations. What do you mean by operations? Is it the operation done by the doctor, scissors and sewing? No. Here operations means the business activities. Say for example, I have got a textile industry. I am manufacturing these shirts. Okay, this is my operation. Manufacturing of these shirts is my operation. A bank is there, it is conducting the banking activity, like accepting the deposits and providing the loans. That is the banking operation. A insurance company is there, giving policies to various policy holders and collecting premium, earning profit. That is the business operation of insurance companies. So every business organization will have their own activities. The activities conducted by a business organization is called as business operations. So At the end of the day, as I told you in the introduction class, at the end of the time period, every owner would like to know what is the result of business operations, because if you don't know the result, there is no meaning in conducting some activity. Suppose for a year-long period, I have been teaching accountancy and commerce. At the end of the year, if I don't know what is the result of my students, how effectively I am teaching, whether there is any problem in my teaching explanation, whether students are able to understand or not, how do I know my performance? Only by seeing your result. So at the end of the day, when you write your final examinations and those papers are being evaluated and we get the results, then I can assess my performance and I can assess your performance also. What way we are good, what way where we are missing. So similarly, every business owner would like to identify, would like to find out the result. What is that result? The result is either profit or loss. Okay. When do you get your profit? Income more than expenditure. When income is more than expenditure, you get profit. Reverse case. If expenditure is more than income, you get loss. But how do you know whether your income is more than expenditure or expenditure is more than income? Without recording, is it possible to calculate? No way. That is how the accounting comes into picture. That is why the role of an accountant is very, very important in a business organization. So he has to record everything from 5 rupees to 5 crores transaction. Every transaction which has got money value, which affects the monetary position of the business organization, is to be recorded. Okay, that's what we record. So after recording, we classify, we write all the incomes one side, all the expenses one side. The only thing, or the only difference between your school mathematics and accounting, in school mathematics you used to have only one transaction. Maybe in your 6th class, 7th class you used to learn. Okay, Ravi purchased a marker for 40 rupees, sold it for 50 rupees, find out the profit or loss percentage. Okay, many transactions you used to see. Kavita purchased a television for 15,000, okay, and she sold the TV for 16,000. What is the profit or loss percentage? There you used to have only single transaction. So you have taken selling price and cost price. If selling price is more than the cost price, you are getting profit. If cost price is more than the selling price, you are getting loss. But here, because we are learning accountancy, how do you find out the profit or loss? Very simple. We write all incomes one side. Okay, all expenses one side. Clear? So, suppose your income is 50,000. Your expenses total I am talking about. Expenses are 40,000. So what happens? What is your profit? 10,000. So your profit is 10,000. 50,000 minus 40,000. I hope you might have done your ledgers. Later again I will explain. Okay. So this is what we do. Suppose it is reverse case. Say this is 1,40,000. What happens? You will get the loss. Because this side is more, expenditure 1,40,000 is more than the income. So 90,000 is the loss. Because your expenditure is more than the income. Your expenditure is 1,40,000 and income is 1,50,000. Clear, no? So, this is what we do. We find out the result of business operations. Next, to ascertain the financial position. How do you know one's financial position? Many times we talk in the society, no? Arey, they are very rich, they are sound party, bahut amir log hai. Okay, that company is so good, the financial position of that company is very good, the financial position of that college is very good. How do you assess one's financial position? Can you tell me? The financial position of the business organization or any individual is assessed based on assets and liabilities. What do you mean by assets? The property like land, machinery, building, furniture, computers, goodwill, cash in hand, cash at bank, all this is your property. Okay, liabilities. What is the amount you are due to others? Like your capital, creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, any dues, the amount which you owe to the others is called as liability. During explanation of unlimited liability and limited liability, I have given various examples of liability. Liability means the amount which we owe to the others. So, जो दूसरों को चुकाना है उसको liability बोलते हैं. Capital, sundry creditors, bills payable, all these will come under liability. So, to ascertain the financial position, that means we record the assets and liabilities. So, assets we record on the right hand side, liabilities we record on the left hand side. What are the various assets? Land, cash, land and buildings, cash, machinery, furniture, all these are assets. What are the liabilities? Creditors, capital, bills payable, etc. are our liabilities. By recording this, we can ascertain one's financial position. Next, to communicate the information to users, it is very important. See, just by finding the profit or loss and finding the financial position and you keep it with you, there is no meaning for that. We have to communicate, we have to inform that information to the users. Okay, whoever is there. So, who are the accounting users? We will discuss. Generally, who would like to know the result? The owners. For example, you have written the examination. Who would like to know your result? The lecturers, the college and your parents. Because the parents are spending a lot of money. They are very much interested in development of their ward. So, as we are teaching, we would like to know how best we are teaching. So, generally, the lecturers, the college management and the parents are interested to know your exam results. Similarly, about the business organization, who are interested to know the accounting results? Generally the owners, because they have invested the capital. They would like to know what is the profit they have earned or any loss they have incurred. What is the financial position? They would like to know. Apart from owners, some more are also there. Okay, like government, banks, etc. also. In what way or why they require accounting information? We discuss in the next class. So, the fourth objective of accounting is communicate, means tell, interpret. Okay, to interpret, to tell the accounting users what is happening in the business organization. Like we are conducting the exams. After exams, what we do? We correct the papers. The marks will be communicated to your parents. So, if you don't inform your parents about your performance, there is no meaning in conducting the examination. Similarly, when we record all these profit and loss account and balance sheet, okay, so whenever we record expense and incomes, this is called profit and loss account. The account in which incomes and expenses are recorded is called as profit and loss account. The statement where liabilities and assets are recorded is called as balance sheet. This is not account. So, here we don't use debit and credit. So, balance sheet is a statement of liabilities and assets. Profit and loss account is a record of expenses and incomes. Clear? So, after recording all these things, whenever we get the result, either loss or the profit or the amount of assets and amount of liabilities, these are to be communicated to the accounting users. Who are the accounting users? We will discuss in a separate class.